Hello everyone, it's Cheryl here from Love and Light Yoga, and today I have a little yoga routine for you to aid in period cramps, period pains, PMS, all that kind of stuff that some of us unfortunately have to go through on a monthly basis. I do know how painful it can be, I do know how sore the cramps can be, and although it might feel great to just curl ourselves up in a ball and not move, sometimes a little gentle stretching and compression on that area can do us the world of good and get our bodies moving again. So I would recommend maybe having a pillow for this. It is definitely not essential, but just for a little bit of extra comfort. So if you are ready, let's begin. So we are going to get started today lying down on our backs. You can have that pillow in underneath your head if you have one. And we're just going to start by bringing the knees in towards the chest. Now we want to bring the knees in so much where we can feel a little bit of compression on the tummy, on the kind of womb area, but we don't want to be pulling in too much where it may be sore or aggravating any cramps that we do have. Think about keeping your spine nice and long here. So begin to notice the spine all the way from the tailbone right up to the crown of the head. We hug the knees in towards the chest and we just close the eyes here for a few moments. Just focusing in on your breath. Maybe gently beginning to lengthen the breath here. So beginning to take maybe longer inhales, deeper exhales, just allowing everything to slow down here. Slowing down the breath, slowing down the heart rate, and just enjoying this moment. Checking in with your body, notice how we're feeling internally and externally. Taking one or two more nice deep breaths here in your own time. There is no rush at all. Then whenever we're feeling ready, if the eyes are closed, we can open them back up, or you can keep them closed if that feels better for you. But we can start to find a little bit of movement. So keep those knees hugging in towards the chest, and then just find a little bit of a rock side to side here. So keeping the knees together if we can, and we're just rocking our hips side to side, massaging out the low back. Breathing deeply. And as we move through this practice today, we are going to move very slowly, very in tune with our bodies and how we're feeling. Chances are, if you have landed on this video, you may be in a little bit of pain. So just moving slowly and mindfully with anything that we're about to do here. And then just bring yourself back to center and back to stillness. We're going to keep the left knee in and we're going to return the sole of the right foot down to the floor. We will keep that left knee hugging in and then maybe just begin to open and close the hips. So find a little sway of the hips side to side here. And again, if anything that we do doesn't feel great for you, that's okay. We don't need to find that movement. We can just keep that knee hugging in, enjoying that little bit of compression in through the womb space. If we do want a little bit of an extra stretch, we can send that right leg long across the floor. And still rocking that left knee side to side. Moving slowly, moving mindfully, all the while just noticing how we're feeling, noticing how each move feels. Especially If it is our time of the month, a move like this might feel pretty good on one side and maybe not so good on the other. So just take each move as it comes. And then bring that left knee back to stillness. We're going to bring sole of the left foot onto the floor and we're going to find our lying tree pose here. So just like our tree pose as we would be standing, only we are lying down. So we are going to let that left knee drift out towards the side. The sole of the left foot comes somewhere along the inside of the right leg and we can bring our hands on top of our bellies here. We can keep the eyes open or closed. But we're just going to relax here. We're relaxing the belly, we're relaxing the lower back. We're going to continue to let that left knee open out towards the side of the room. And just breathing here, breathing into the hips, into the back. Taking 1 or 2 more nice deep breaths in this position. And then after your next exhale, if the eyes were closed, you can open them back up. We're going to bring that left knee back in, bring the right knee back in, and begin just where we started. So both knees are hugging in towards the chest, and we find that gentle rock side to side. Again, noticing that little bit of compression in on the tummy, noticing how that makes us feel. We can take it a little bit closer if it feels better. We can take it a little bit looser if that's better. Just working with your own body here. And then coming all the way back to stillness. And we're going to find the same sequence of movements on the other side. So this time we're keeping the right knee hugging in. We're going to bring sole of the left foot onto the floor, keep that knee bent up. And we're just going to open and close the right hip. So open and close the hip, take it out to the side, bringing it back. Finding that little bit of movement through the hip, massaging out the internal organs a little bit here. And as I say, this may have felt great on the other side, and maybe on this side it's not so good, or vice versa. So just work with yourself here. Keep breathing deeply. Enjoying this little bit of time that you have carved out for yourself. And then if we want that extra stretch, we can take that left leg out nice and long. Keep finding that rock of the knee side to side. And then eventually bringing that right knee back in through center, back to stillness. And we find our lying tree on this side. So let's bring sole of the right foot to the floor. We are going to open the right knee out towards the side, bring sole of the foot somewhere along the inside of the left leg. It doesn't have to be too high. And let that knee drop open towards the right. We can bring our hands onto our tummy here, maybe pressing ever so slightly, applying a little bit of pressure to the tummy, and we can close the eyes here if we like. We breathe, deep inhales, full exhales. As we breathe in, think about breathing into the hands. Continue letting that right hip release. The right knee keeps on traveling down towards the floor. We keep relaxing through the lower back. Let's take one more big inhale. Take a full exhale. And then if the eyes are closed, we can open them up. We can bring the right knee back, bring the left knee back, and then both knees once again coming in towards the chest. Nice. Now from here we're going to find a little happy baby pose. So we can take this just to whatever level feels good for us. So if you're here with the knees hugging in and this feels great, this is where you can stay. If you want to go a little bit further, we're going to flex the feet so that the toes are pointing up, and we're going to start to lift the lower half of the legs. So it's almost like we were trying to stomp our feet onto the ceiling here. We're going to bring the hands onto the backs of the knees, open up the legs, and then gently begin to draw the knees down towards the armpits. Nice. And we can keep the hands here on the backs of the thighs. We can maybe start to reach for the shins, or reach for the ankles, or reach for the soles of the feet. And find your version of your happy baby. And breathe once again. Nice deep breaths, inhales and exhales. We're using the hands to gently draw the knees down towards the mat. So it's almost like you were trying to bring your knees in towards your armpits here. We're going to feel a lovely big stretch through the backs of the thighs. Working our internal organs as well. If it feels good, we might start to lift the head, lift the upper back, look forwards. Let's remain here for a few deep breaths. Keep relaxing. Keep loosening out the hips, loosening the thighs, drawing the knees down. Let's take one more big inhale. Full exhale, and then return the head back to the pillow or the mat. Let's bring the knees together, feet come back to the floor. And then nice and slowly, we're just going to roll ourselves onto one side and press ourselves all the way up into a seated position on our mats. And if you have a pillow, you can go ahead and sit up on top of your pillow just for a little bit of extra comfort and a little bit of extra height for the hips. And we're going to come into our butterfly legs here. So let's bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees open out towards the side and bring your hands to wherever feels comfortable. So maybe for you it's the knees, the shins, the ankles, maybe around the toes, and just sit nice and tall through your spine. Notice the length of the spine here, all the way from the tailbone right up to the crown of the head. We sit tall. And then maybe we stay here, or maybe we find a little bit of a fold. So maybe we come onto fingertips here, take a big inhale, and then as we exhale, just very gently start to walk the fingertips out in front, and we just come down to wherever feels good. So once we start to lose that feeling of feeling good, if it starts to get a little bit too much, if we start to feel a little bit too strained, that's your cue to just stop and just release. This is all about comfort today. This is not about folding ourselves in half or, going the deepest we've ever gone into a stretch. This is just about breathing deep, relaxing our insides. Let your upper body be heavy here. Let your shoulders, your neck, your head all be heavy. Upper body folding down in between the legs. Knees opening to the side, hips are open. Breathing into the lower back. We take a few deep breaths here. The longer we're here, we might start to create a little bit more space in the body. If we do, we can walk the hands out slightly further, release the body down just for your last few deep breaths. And then after your next exhale, nice and slowly begin to walk the fingertips all the way back up towards the feet, towards the hips. Come on back up with a nice tall spine. And from here, we're just going to release one of our legs. So we'll start with the right leg, releasing it out nice and long on a bit of an angle. And we bring the sole of the foot somewhere in towards the inside of that right leg. I'm going to find a little bit of a forward fold here. So let's take our hands over that straightened leg. So fingertips come either side. We're going to sit up tall. Take a big inhale. As we exhale, slowly start to walk the hands down either side of that leg. If we need to bend the knee here, we can take a bend in the knee and just release everything down. As I said before, this is not about coming as deeply into a stretch as we can or as we have done before. It's all about relaxing here, letting go. Massaging out our internal organs, using that little bit of compression of the thigh on the tummy, just to bring us a little bit of relief. Let's take one more big inhale. Take a full exhale. And then slowly begin to lift the head, lift the chest, walk the fingertips all the way back. And let's come back to our butterfly legs. So soles of both feet come together. We're going to send away the left leg this time. So left leg coming into that angle. Sole of the right foot coming somewhere along the inside of the leg. Let's turn our upper bodies and our chest to face over that straightened leg. Fingertips come either side. We sit tall through the spine. Take a big inhale. As we exhale, we start to slowly and gently walk the fingertips down either side of the leg. We can take a nice deep bend in through that knee, use that thigh to just gently compress onto the tummy here and just relax everything down. Come back to those nice deep breaths that we had at the very beginning of this practice, those full inhales, full exhales. Relax here. Relax your belly. Relax your lower back. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Let's take one more big inhale. Take a full exhale. And then nice and slowly walk the fingertips all the way back up again. And bring that left leg in. Nice. From here we are going to finish in our child's pose. So bring yourself towards the back of your mat. If you have your pillow, you can bring the pillow in underneath, round about where your forehead is going to be. And maybe when you come into a child's pose, sometimes you take your feet together and your knees apart. For the purposes of this, we're going to try to keep the knees together if we can, but if that's not comfortable, go ahead and open the knees out. We're going to come on to the hands here, start to walk the hands out. Think about setting your belly down on top of the thighs. Maybe we come onto the forearms here. Maybe we drop the head onto the pillow or the mat. And then it's up to you whether we want to maybe stretch the arms out long, or if it feels good and it works for your body, you might bring the arms down alongside the body, fingertips reaching towards the feet. And breathe. Relax your body here. Relax your neck. Relax your upper back and your shoulders. Let your chest melt down. Breathe into your lower back, into your hips, into your womb space. And take a moment to just enjoy this stillness. this moment of silence to check in with yourself, check in with your physical body and notice how you feel. Check in with yourself mentally also. And just ask yourself the same question, how do I feel? Taking our last few breaths here, so make them nice full inhalations and exhalations. And then stay here for as long as you like, or if you are ready to come out of this after your next exhale, nice and slowly we can start to lift our head, lift our chest, bring ourselves all the way back to more of an upright position and come to find a comfortable seat. And I really hope that has helped someone somewhere. It may take a few minutes, maybe 5, 10, 30 minutes for you to really feel the benefits and the effects of this. I would do this maybe 2-3 times a day, sort of however whatever amount of time that you have to do this. I would do this a few times a day if your cramps are really bad or persistent, and just help stretch them out a little bit. If anyone suffers with low back pain, which is also quite a common effect, I do have a video for lower back pain which I will link up above. But hopefully you're feeling good and you can get on with the rest of your day. So whatever you are doing, namaste. Thank you.